Let us discuss about the first topic in NLP, that is words and their components. Basically, we have like four main components, and the first one is tokens. Token refers to a sequence of characters that forms a single unit of text, such as word, number, or symbol. So basically, if I have a sentence like "Hi, I am Deepthi," then what are the tokens in it? Hi is one token, I is another token, am is the next token, Deepthi is another token. So a token refers to the sequence of characters. So when I combine all those "Hi, I am Deepthi," we're going to get a single unit of text, right? It might be word, it might be sentence, it might be a number or symbol. So tokens are created by dividing text into smaller units. We already discussed this. And this process is called as tokenization. We have like 5 types in this. First one is word tokens. See, "Hi, I am Sri" is divided as "Hi, I am Sri." Next is character tokens. The word "hi" is divided into characters H and I. Next is subword tokens. In this, we have words like good boy, timetable, keyboard, right? So those words are divided like this: good boy, timetable, and this is called as subword tokens. Next is sentence tokens. Sentence tokens is nothing but if I take a paragraph, I'll be having multiple sentences in it, right? So I'll be taking each sentence as one token. If I say "Hi, I am Deepthi, how are you?" Those are 3 sentences in the same paragraph, right? So "Hi" would be the one token, "I am Deepthi" will be the second token, "How are you" would be the third token. Next is n-gram tokens. Basically, n-grams is nothing but we'll be taking n sequential words. Here I took n as 2. If my sentence is like my input is "machine learning is fun," then I'll be taking "machine learning is fun." We're just going to repeat the previous word. See, here there are no previous, so it's machine learning. Next word is "is," right? So what is the previous word of "is"? It's learning. So learning is, machine learning is fun. So the last word is fun, and we're going to take the previous word, that is. So this is about tokens. Okay. Next one is lexemes. So coming to the lexemes, a lexeme is a unit of language that represents a word or phrase in its base or dictionary form. See, it's very simple. If I take a word such as running, then what is the root form of it? It's run. If I take run, runs, running, or ran, what is the dictionary root form of it? It is run, right? So that is what is a lexeme. And this process is called lemmatization. Also here, lexemes are the fundamental building blocks of the whole language. We'll get morphemes in the next type and in the next main component, and that would be the fundamental building blocks of a word. This would be the fundamental building blocks of a language. Okay. So the next point is they help express meaning and context in sentence. How do they express the meaning and context in a sentence? If I give the word "I am running," then it will convert running into run, like its root form. Then we can check the definition of run in our dictionary. So that is how it will express meaning and context in a sentence. Next one is it is used to find root base form of words. That's correct. This process is called lemmatization. Yeah. The next one is morphemes. A morpheme is the smallest unit of language that carries meaning. For example, if I had a word called unhappiness, we can observe that "un" is a prefix, "happy" is like the root word, "ness" is the suffix. So unhappiness. These 3 words will be words, or whatever we call it morphemes. So these unhappiness are called morphemes. These 3 separate words is called not words, but yeah, prefix, root word, and suffix are called morphemes separately. Morphemes are building blocks of words. I already told that in lexemes. That would be the building blocks of language, and this will be the building blocks of words. They can be combined to form a new word, right? Like unhappy are combined as a new word, unhappy. For example, disagreement, dis plus agree plus meant. So these 3 are called morphemes. So we have 2 types of morphemes, that is free and bound. In free, we'll be having free base, compound words and functional words. Free base is nothing but jump, run and normal words, okay? Compound words is nothing but anyone, everything, like that. Two words combined forms a single word, right? That is known as compound words. In functional words, we'll be getting two, of, the, etc. Next is bound morphemes. In here, free morphemes, we get free base. In bound morphemes, we get bound base. Bound base is nothing but, for example, we can take a word like receive, right? In this re would be the prefix, C would be the bound base. This is prefix, right? C would be the bound base. In transfer, trans would be the prefix, for would be the bound base. Suffixes we know, ness is a suffix, like in unhappiness, ness is a suffix, like that. And we have two types of suffixes. One is inflectional and other one is derivational. So this is about like adding s, ed, etc. Derivational is nothing but changing the whole meaning. See, if I say you're kind, then kind would be the adjective in it. What if I add ness to it, like ness is a suffix, right? If I add ness to it, it will become kindness, which is a noun. Okay, did you understand the difference between inflectional and derivational? That is what it is. Next is prefixes. Prefixes are like un, des, etc. The last main component is typology. So typology refers to the classification of languages based on the structure and grammatical feature. See, for example, if we take English, it has its own structure and own grammatical features. Like that, every language has their own structure and grammatical features, right? So this typology is going to classify them. And the main aim is to identify patterns and variations across languages and understand the relationships. So basically, we'll be identifying the patterns as well as variations in among all the languages, and we'll be trying to understand the relationships between them. We have four types of languages: isolating language, synthetic language, agglutinative language and fusional language. Isolating language is nothing but, the word itself says it, isolating. Words will be standing alone, okay? For example, Chinese. In Chinese, each word stand on its own. So basically, we'll be stacking meanings of clear-cut affixes in agglutinative language. For example, like Turkish. If we have one affix, then we'll only be having one meaning. In functional language, a single word ending often combines multiple meanings. For example, I don't properly remember it, but I think it's called hable, which means I spoke in English. So I spoke, the word gives the person, tense as well as the aspect, right? So for one affix, we are getting multiple meanings. It is called as functional language. Coming to the synthetic language, it is the combination of agglutinative language and fusional language. So for example, like Latin, in this it's like sometimes for one affix we'll be getting one meaning only, sometimes for one affix we'll be getting multiple meanings. So words often have several affixes that indicate grammatical relationships. So this is about the four main components of words. Thank you.